Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make my wooden house number 5. I've decided that it's about time that I make a house that's a bit more simpler, a bit more miniature than the recent wooden houses that I've been making. So, if you guys want to make it, here's what you're going to need. You will need some spruce wood, some birchwood planks, some birchwood stairs. You'll also need some birchwood slabs, and some glass pane. You'll need nether brick fence, and finally you will need some sort of door if you're into those kind of things. Once you have all of those materials right there, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it right here, you'll want to kick this off with a row of 4 spruce wood coming directly up from the ground. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you have your row of 4 spruce wood, you then, starting from the top block, the 4th block, you want to go right of this block with your spruce wood by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I want this 8th block to be vertical. And then connect that 8th block to the ground. So you want to have a nice little archway, like this. What you then want to do, once you have your little archway, is on top of this block right here, the 4th block that we just went right of, you want to go up on top of it by a further 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go right of that 4th block by, you might even guess this, by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and again I want this 8th block to be vertical, and then connect that 8th block to the other side of the archway. So you want a shape which should look a little bit like this. It looks like a giant letter A. Once you've made this, this is what you want to do next. And by the way, this is where the entrance of the house is going to be. It's going to be in this little bottom panel that we have right here. So just to mark this out, I'll throw a birchwood plank there. This is going to be the front of the house, the entrance just in here. So once you have this little bit of framework right here, you want to come behind it. And from each one of these 4 connection points that we have here, so here, 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 and here, you want to do 4 rows of 9 spruce wood coming out of the back of, well, the connection points towards the back of the house like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I want the knife blocks to be vertical again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And finally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then all you want to do once you have your 4 rows of 9 coming towards the back of your house is just connect them all together and to the ground in a very similar fashion as to how you would the front of the house. So, or as to how you did the front of the house rather. So just connect them all together as I'm doing now, and also the appropriate blocks to the ground. Whoops, come on, there we go. So you just want to have something which should look a little bit like this. Pretty simple. As always, pause this if necessary. As always, pause this if necessary if you're still working on any of that, of course. Once you've got that taken care of, we can now move on to the next part of the house. So, you want to come over to the left-hand side of your framework, so this side right here. And you want to locate this block. You guys can see which block I'm talking about. The first block coming back on the ground floor framework, this block right here. And going left of this block, you want to do 8 spruce wood. So coming this way, going left, 8 spruce wood. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I want this 8th block to be vertical like that. And then you just want to connect that 8th block to the ground. And how it should look, just to give you guys a front view, it might be a bit easier. You just want to have something which should look a little bit like that. It's just easier to place sideways spruce if you're facing this way, coming back on yourself, that's all. So you just want to have that. And what you then want to do, taking a sideways view again, this 8th block right here, you want to go to the left of it, by 7. So come in this way towards the back of the house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I want this 7th block to be vertical. Then connect that 7th block both to the ground and back to the framework of the house. So you just want to end up with something that should look a little bit like this. Very simple, it's just a nice little add-on to the house. And what you then want to do, once you've got this ground floor taken care of, is you want to take each one of these corners, these 2 corners, and you want to go up on top of them, each by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect both of those 4th blocks together, and also connect them back to the house. So, as I'm doing now, a little awkward here. If spruce wood was a bit more cooperative, it'd be a bit easier, but there you go. You want to end up with something that should look a little bit like this. Not too difficult whatsoever. So once you've taken care of that, and as always, pause this if necessary of course, we can get cracking on. So now we're going to take care of the roof. So come to the front of your house and come to the top of the framework. What you want to do is, starting from this block right here, the 2nd block coming right in from the top of the framework, this block right here, you want to place a spruce wood block going directly up, and then you want to do 3 upright diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3, like so. And then what I would tell you to do is keep doing bottom right diagonals until you connect to the opposite side on the other side of the framework. However, I always find that extremely difficult to do with spruce wood, so I'm just going to build it from the other side like this. So you just want to have a nice little triangle shape like this with your spruce wood. And once you've done this on the front of your house, you want to go ahead and do the exact same thing on the back of your house. So coming over to here, starting from the left hand side, you place 1 going up, starting on the 2nd block, then 3 upright diagonals, so 1, 2, 3, and then starting from the other side, since again I find it quite difficult to do diagonal spruce wood going down, you just want to have something which should look exactly like this. Exactly the same as you did on the front of the house. As always, pause this if necessary of course. Once you've taken care of that, we can now move on. So now coming over to the left hand side of our house, where we have this little add-on here, this little extension, we want to do a similar thing here, except we won't have a pointed roof in this case. So starting from the left hand side again and starting from the 2nd block in, this one right here, you want to place a single spruce wood going up. You then want to do 2 upright diagonals, so 1 and 2. Go right of that 2nd upright diagonal by 1. And then do 2 bottom right diagonals. However, I've already described how difficult that is for me, so you just want to have something which should look a little bit like this. Alright guys, so once you've taken care of this, we can now move on to the actual physical part of the roof, and it doesn't really matter where we start this, so we may as well start on the front. So come up to the upper front left hand corner of your extension and take out your birchwood stairs. This is what you want to do with your stairs. It's probably going to be easiest if I just kind of do it and then show you. I don't think I'm going to be able to explain this very well. So, for the first row of stairs that you want to place, you just want to do this. You want to place your stairs in front of the top row of the framework, and it wants to wrap around all the way up to the main part of the house, and then it just wants to overhang the front of the house by 1, and it also wants to overhang the side of the extension by 1 as well. Let me throw a few more layers on and it will become very obvious what I'm actually doing with this roof. As with most other roofs, all you're basically doing is you're just adding layers and layers that's essentially 1 block higher and 1 block inwards in relation to the previous layer. So I've just added 2 more layers on. Can you guys see how this is going to go? Eventually, when we reach the apex of like the extension roof, it's going to blend in seamlessly to the main part of the roof. So I'll just do this. Let me add on a couple more layers. It's not really difficult, but I figure I may as well just build this for you guys. Why not? I mean, you guys have to build this as well. Probably doing this at the same speed. You've probably already figured out what I'm driving at this point. So this is half of the roof done for the extension. As you guys can see, it's very simple. It all lines up with the spruce wood blocks that we've placed previously. It's not too difficult at all. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make the entire roof with you guys. So Well, I mean, if I can place the stairs the right way, of course. I'm just going to, yeah, I'll build the entire thing with you. Why not? It's probably not even going to take too long. It might take, I don't know, 4 minutes at the max if I stop trying to explain things which really don't need explaining. Come on, just place properly. Whilst I do like the fact that you have versatility with the stairs and the spruce wood blocks and all of the other wooden blocks, I just can't place them properly. I wish they'd just know what I wanted to do, like, instinctively. So, just to show you guys half of the roof, the bit that involves the extension, it just wants to look like this from a bit of an aerial view. You guys can see how it blends into the actual main part of the house's roof. Very simple. You should just have a bit of a T-shape like this. It kind of looks like a podium or something. Let's go and take care of the other half. So coming over to this side now, again with the upside down stairs, honestly. I really need to, I need to get better at that. I just kind of wildly throw down the blocks and expect them to be in the place and the position that I want them in, but it never ends up like that. Yeah, very simple roof design, this one anyway. We've just about finished it. Just about reached the apex of this roof. So, there you go, just to show you this side of the roof, although there's nothing to show you really. Let me show you from a front view how it all blends together. There you go. So, once you've finished your roof, you should have something which should look a little bit like this. And just to give you a much more helpful, not a hopeful, although... a much more helpful aerial view, this is what you should have. We should just have that strip on the right hand side there on the main part of the roof that is completely empty. There's a reason for that. Don't worry about it, we'll be taking care of it a little bit later on. So as always, pause this if necessary if you're still working on any of that, of course. Once you have taken care of it, however, we can now move on. So next order of business is for us to move all the way around the house and fill in each one of these individual panels, starting with the front main part of our house. And just as with every single other house tutorial that I've made in recent history, I'm just going to fill in these panels and show you guys the end result. It's the easiest way to do this, it really is. If I try and explain placement, we're going to be here for about 50 minutes. Trust me on that one. Trust me. There have been videos like that. A 10-minute house can quite easily get turned into a 2-hour house with too much talking, so I'm just going to quickly fill in all of these panels. I've just about done it actually, and then you guys can just copy what you see. So, whoops, just missed 2 right there. There we go. So that is what you want to have for the entire front of the main part of your house. Very simple indeed. The reason that we have the 2 spaces on both the base of the house and the second floor of the house is those are just entrances. The base is, well, the actual entrance to the house, and the second floor one is actually entrance to a balcony. So that is what you want for the entire front of the main part of your house. As always, pause this if necessary if you're still working on any of that, of course. Once you've taken care of that, however, we can now move on to the right-hand side of our house. We're going to take care of the main part and then we'll do the extension separately. So, just as oh my god, I can't even get my words out. I'm not cutting this off, I'm going to continue. So, just as I did with the main part of the house, I'm just going to do the exact same thing with this side panel here. So, I'm not actually too far off. The roof makes it a little awkward to place some of the spruce wood though, or at least to place it correctly. Then again, that's never easy for me, no matter what the position of the spruce wood. So, just got to let's place a few more of these. The side of the house is a little bit more complicated than the front, I can tell you guys that. So, just got a bit of glass to throw in now. Glass always takes a little while. There you go. So this is what you want to do for the right hand side of your house, the main part of your house, the main side. So pause this if necessary, of course. Apply this to your house. Once you have, we can now move on to the back side of our house. So coming towards the back here, again, employing the exact same strategy. I'm just going to fill in what needs filling in and then show you guys the result. You can pause it, you can apply it yourself, everything will be great. So Just got to add this. This backside is actually really easy to do. Let me just do this. There we go. Add in a bit of glass here, there, and everywhere. I think I actually used a similar design for most of the wooden house 4 that I built on the back here, actually. So this is what you want to have for the back part of the main part of the house. Pause this if necessary, of course. Once you've taken care of that, we can move on to the extension. And I was going to start with the front of the extension, but honestly, I mean, since we're on the back, we may as well start with the back, right? Makes no sense to move over. So, first of all, with the extension, you just want to, on the left-hand side, add a strip of spruce wood that runs all the way up from the bottom, all the way up to the top of the framework like that. I thought that I'd just point that out, so you'll want to do that on the front as well. Actually, the front and the back parts of the framework, like the panels, are identical, so you just want to add that bit of spruce wood there, and then just cracking on, again employing the same strategy, just gonna fill all of this in and then show you guys the end result. Oh, spruce wood, why have you got to be so painful? I found no easy way of placing spruce wood. I can now pretty much, if I want to, if I'm putting my mind to it, I can place stairs in whatever position I want, like first time, but spruce wood, kind of just does whatever it wants. Whatever it wants. I can admire it for that though. So this is what you want to have for the back side of the extension. Very simple. Pause this if necessary, of course. Once you've taken care of that, we can now move on to the side part of the extension. Look at the duck, or is it a chicken? Let's look at the beak. It's a chicken. Subscriber pointed that out to me. Only the chickens have the little red bit underneath. So let's move on to the side, shall we? So come in here. What do we have to do? Birchwood plank strip here on the bottom, the top, and then spruce wood goes in between, and then we've just got, oh god, I really, come on, just the right way, come on, for me, there we go. 2 strips of spruce wood there, birchwood interconnecting them, birchwood either side, and then this whole panel gets filled in with glass pane like that. So this is what you want for the little side part of your extension. It looks a little bit plain, but don't worry, once we add the balcony, that's right, there's a balcony, that's why there are 2 well, there's 4 spaces there, isn't there, but that's why there's a space on the second floor. There's going to be a balcony there. That's deliberate. Pause this if necessary, of course. Once you've taken care of that side part, all we have to do now is just finish off the front here. And as I mentioned on the back, if you guys were listening, the front is actually identical to the back is identical to the front. So if you actually do one of them, you won't need me to instruct you. You can just look straight forward, really, and see what you did on that side and just copy it over, which is exactly what I'm doing. I'm not actually looking at my plans, so just to do this, and then there's birch there, then there's just glass everywhere else. Easy as that, and I think that the sun is actually going down. Probably have to sleep soon. So there you go, that is the front panel for the extension, 100% completo. Now the sheep is coming and getting involved. We've had both a chicken and a sheep. Look at him looking through the windows. The chicken escaped. Pause this if necessary, of course. We've got the whole barnyard here. And what is he doing to the sheep? Oh my. Pause this if necessary, of course. Once you've taken care of that front part of the extension, we can now move on to some of the finer details of the house. We're actually going to be taking care of the roof, but the sun is coming down. I'll be back in a moment to do that. Alright guys, so continuing on, first order of business is for us to fix the main part of the roof here, and to do that, this is what you need to do. Knock out the 2 spruce wood that we had there previously, that were kind of there to just guide the process of us building the roof. Knock those out and replace them with spruce wood that is in line with the actual edge of the roof, like that. Make sure that the spruce wood is vertical, it just looks a bit better. So do that to both the front and the back. And then you just want to connect them together with a row of sideways spruce wood. Again, you can do it with another material perhaps, or maybe with facing up spruce wood, but I think it just makes it look a little better. Just my opinion. So once you've done that, we can actually tinker with the outside parts of the roof here. So where we have this outer part of the roof where the stairs overhang the roof by one, or overhang the actual house by one, I should say, you just want to place upside down stairs below each one of those overhanging stairs. So you just want to have something which should look a little bit like that. And once you've done that to the front, you want to go ahead and do the exact same thing to the back. So coming over to the back now, just place upside down stairs underneath the overhanging row of stairs. So just to do the same thing to the back, there you go. I think it just makes it look a little better. It gives it a bit more shape, a bit more character. Again, my opinion. Coming over to the extension part of the roof, again, you guys might have guessed it, underneath every single one of the overhanging stairs, just place an upside down stairs. And again, I think it makes it look a little bit better, especially with the extension part as well. It definitely takes away that flatness. So that is what you want to do for every single one of those roofs. Once you've taken care of all three of those parts, we're now going to add in the balconies, of which there are a couple. So coming to the front of the house, this is what you want to do. Take out your spruce wood, and from these 2 points right here, you know what, it's probably just going to be easiest if I do it. Coming out from this point right here, just want to do 4 spruce wood coming out in front of the house. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one I want to face up. And from the opposite point on the other side, so here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just going to connect those 4th blocks together like that, again with sideways spruce wood. I think it makes it look a little bit better. And then just connect those 2 corner blocks of the balcony to the ground like that. You then just want to fill the top of the balcony in with birchwood planks. I think you guys can see easily enough what I've done there. From those 2 points, come out by 4, connect them together, connect it to the ground, and there you have it. And once you do have this, all you need to do to finish it off is just do a row of nether brick fence going all the way around the balcony. Very, very simple. That is all you have to do. Once you've taken care of that, we can now go ahead and take care of the other balcony. So coming over to this side right here, this is what you want to do. So I'm just going to do this and then show you guys the end result as usual. It's just going to be easiest. Unfortunately, we will have some exposed spruce wood no matter what way we do it. However, I do think it looks a little bit better if the spruce wood is exposed in this direction, like to the front and back of the house that way. So you essentially just want to place those 4 birchwood stairs like in line with the entrance out of the balcony like that. And then you just want to place your spruce wood all the way around. And then all you want to do is just place nether brick fence all the way around that spruce wood to give you something which should look a little bit like this. Very simple indeed. And once you've taken care of that balcony, you've actually done all of the superficial stuff that is pretty much required to finish this house. So just to give you guys a bit of a front view, this is what it should look like. It's looking pretty good if you ask me. So as always, pause it if necessary if you're still working on any of that, of course. Once you have completed that, however, there is actually very little to do. All I'm going to do now, I think, since we've actually finished the exterior of the house, I think I'm going to go away. I'm going to mess about with the interior a little bit. I'm going to add in a floor, stairs, all of that nonsense. And I might also mess about with the exterior a little bit this time. I've kind of got an idea of what I could do there. So, guys, the tutorial is actually finished at this point. I'm not going to be showing you how to make anything from this point onwards, but if you guys do want to know what you want to do with the interior, it's not going to be furnished at all, but I'm going to show you where to put stairs and floors and all of that business, and I might even give you guys a few ideas for the exterior as well. So I'll be back in a moment if you guys want to see what I have planned. Alright guys, so first of all, this is what I've done to the outside of the house. I've not done anything particularly spectacular. I've just done something that I thought would be quite logical with the outside. I've just thrown a hedge all the way around, and then I've just replaced all of the grass block that was in between the hedge and the house with some stone. And that's pretty much all I've done. Underneath the hedge, I've thrown some sideways spruce wood just to make it look a bit darker underneath the hedge. I think it makes it look a little better. As I said, I've not done anything revolutionary or anything. It just seemed to make sense with how the house is set up, like with the little balcony. Like if you'd go on foot, I also placed 2 posts there, or not posts, some nether brick fence. Thought that kind of looked cool. It works very well, I think. As you're walking in, you've got the option to just loop around into the garden kind of area. I suppose it's not a garden, it's more of a patio area, all the way around the house, have a bit of a walkabout. You could add some flowers and stuff if you wanted to. I just thought it'd make the house look a little bit better, and I really think it does. I really think it makes the house flow well. And yeah, it just seemed to make a bit of sense. It didn't take too long, and I do think it makes it look better. And with the inside of the house as well, I decided to go for a darker choice of floor. I went with, oh guys, I can't remember the names of any of these woods. I went with spruce wood planks for the floor. Remember to replace underneath blocks that you can see underneath of, such as doors and your glass pane. I placed stairs in this position right here, so like this, and I went with the double stair option as that's the only way that I could have the stairs be like symmetrical with the rest of the house. It made sense. It looked normal. It looks a lot better with double stairs rather than single stairs, even though single stairs generally looks better because you can do a bit more with them because they don't take up much space. Like, I wanted to place some blocks next to the stairs, maybe get a little fancier, but it took up a little bit too much of the downstairs. And coming up to the second floor here, this is why I placed the stairs here. It seemed to make a lot more it made a lot more sense. Like, you've got this space that's all nice and open now, and I don't know. The stairs seem to go there for a good reason. I mean, you're avoiding both of the main doors onto this balcony and the downstairs balcony. I thought it was a good choice, and of course you've got access to this little tiny balcony here, which, I don't know. I don't exactly know why I put this on the house, but I can tell you that I like it. I did try and make this into a free floor house, and I kind of succeeded, but there's really not too much space up there just to knock into. There's not a massive amount of space up here, plus the extra set of stairs on the second floor, considering how much space these stairs take up, it didn't really seem worth it to me, so I left the third floor. Well, I mean, as I said, you could use this space if you wanted to, but I decided against it. So that's all I've done with the second floor. I think the stairs look nice enough. I wish that I could have went with single stairs and made it look a little nicer, but you know, what are you gonna do? It was for a whole symmetricality standpoint. Word I made up all by my lonesome. Symmetricality. So there you go. That's what I've done with the entire house. It's a nice small house. It's a pretty nice design if you ask me. It shouldn't take too long to make, although I'm sure that I make everything take longer to make. Looks pretty nice. I think that the first wooden house that I actually made, like wooden house number 1, the first one that I titled, I think it'd blend in well with this house and possibly with the last house that I've made as well. It's kind of on the same design. I want to make like a set of smaller houses, like maybe I've made this and there's wooden house number 1. And maybe I'll make 2 more, maybe 3 more, that are kind of all blend together, like you could make into a little village if you wanted to. I'd kind of like them all to follow the same sort of pattern, you know? Just so that they all blend together nicely. I don't know. I don't know whether I'm talking sense or not, but there you go. That is wooden house number 5. Hopefully you guys found this easy enough to follow, easy enough to make. Hopefully this is exactly what you're staring at on your screen. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.